Why he going through your phone? He miserable. I can't believe they did you wrong. Pitiful. She said she wanna drink my cum. Ooh. I wanna fuck when she blonde. Ooh. Why he going through your phone? He miserable. I can't believe they did you wrong. Pitiful. She said she wanna drink my cum.
Hey guys, welcome back to another little mini vlog. You guys, this is going to be my final part to my Father's Day giveaway. I know I was supposed to do this a couple days ago, but honestly it's just been too hot. It's been a lot going on, and I just took a little mini break from uploading. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. It is Monday morning. It is around 10:46 a.m. so it's still early for me, but I had to get up and do this. I'm literally laying in front of my window, so it's already hot. So I want to go ahead and do this stuff before the day gets any hotter, and I'm just too tired. Okay, so we left off at what are your future plans for your business? And since it's like Entrepreneur Monday, we're just gonna go ahead and jump into these questions. So what are your future plans for your business? I feel like I may have answered it, but I'll answer it again. So basically my plan is to continue to grow my businesses, and just continue to make smart financial decisions as it pertains to expansion, buying inventory, sourcing out the best vendors, all that good stuff. I do have an entrepreneurial vlog that I am going to drop later on today, kind of explaining you know, how the present economic situation, how the present economic climate is basically affecting the business, or how it's affected the business, or yeah, all of that. So I'm going to be dropping that later on today. So yeah, that's basically what my future plans are. It's to just continue to grow, continue to network, continue to, you know, provide the best products for my clients. Yeah, and that's just basically it. What's your favorite pastime? Okay, so my favorite pastime right now is, I want to be honest, I would have to say online shopping, to be honest. That's what I enjoy doing on my downtime. But it's not really, it's a bit of mixture of for pleasure and for business, because I enjoy now shopping around, looking at different products, thinking of how they would fit into my business and stuff like that. So I really enjoy doing that. I do like to go out to eat, you know, with my daughter, just kind of unwind. I like to travel. That's basically what I like to do in my that's like my favorite pastime. I do enjoy creating content too. So when I'm not working and stuff like that, I am still kind of working. I'm creating content, and that really makes me happy. So yeah, that pretty much answers that question. Somebody asks, what's your favorite dessert? What's your favorite dessert? So there's the question, if you guys can see it. What's your favorite dessert? My favorite dessert is anything with cake. Like, I love pastries, cake, pies. Yeah, I love a good pastry, tarts. I like certain flavors of ice cream, but really my favorite dessert is cake. I love cheesecake, pound cake, marble cake, black forest, cherry cake, confetti cake, all types of cakes. I just love cakes. As you guys can see probably from the channel, I post a lot of food content. That's just part of who I am. Like, I'm a total foodie. And even though I have a separate channel for foodie content, I still post like foodie content on my shorts daily. That's just, you know, that's just part of who I am. I'm like a true foodie. So I love good food. Love good food. I will spend a bag on some good food. Yeah, love good food. Makes me happy. Yeah, eating good food just makes me happy. Like, it's just something that makes me happy. Which brings me to my next question. Yeah, okay, so here we are. So my next question is, what advice would you give for new entrepreneurs? What advice would I give? My advice would be to pick something that you really love to do. Do something that you would do even if you didn't get paid to do it, because there will be a period of time where you won't be getting paid, but that passion and the love of what you do will keep you motivated to keep going until you do start to see a return on your investments. That's the number one thing that I find, like, you know, hinders people who are new entrepreneurs. A lot of times the expectation is not based in reality. So you don't get that immediate result that you're looking for. A lot of people give up, they get discouraged, or they start, you know, jumping from idea to idea to idea. That's one way to lose your money. Just all these different schemes. It's best to do your research, know yourself first of all, before you start trying to find a niche in the market, or you're just like, you know, selling whatever to make money. It may, even if you're just jumping on the next trend, like, it may work for a while, but eventually, because you're not passionate about it, the motivation and the drive will go away. And even if you are making money, it'll become a drain to get up and do this every day. Being an entrepreneur is working for yourself. So you're literally getting up every day and working for yourself. And if you don't love what you do, you will have that motivation to do it. The money will not be enough to motivate you. After a while, you'll get burnt out and you just become frustrated. And that's when people just start doing whatever. The quality goes down. Everything goes down because they're not really passionate about what they're doing. They're just doing it for monetary gain. So that would be my advice, is to find a niche that speaks to you, that you're passionate about. And if it's something that you would do anyway, even if you weren't getting paid, that's when you know, like, you're really passionate about it, and you'll stick with it. Okay, so next question. What's your biggest fear at this stage in your life? I feel like I answered this question. I may have started up way too high, but okay, we'll go ahead and answer it because I'm not sure. What's your biggest fear at this stage in your life? To be honest, and I'm being honest with you guys, I'm gonna be 46 this year, and you know, I feel another freak out coming. Like, I remember I freaked out when I turned 25. Like, I literally had a whole midlife crisis. Everybody thought I was so crazy. I freaked out then. To me, it felt like I should have been doing way more than I was doing. I just started having a whole meltdown, and then I got over that and got back to life. But I feel another one coming, because all I'm seeing is you're pushing towards 50, and you know, I'm starting to, but I'm trying to control it. I'm trying not to get too caught up in the whole fear of aging. That is a fear I have. Not really aging, but like just a fear of getting older, and you know, as we get older, different things pop up that, you know, cause us to worry and stuff like that. So I worry about health and strength and all that stuff, but I try to stay rooted in my faith, and just I'm trying not to worry about it. For a long time, that has been something that, you know, would trigger my insomnia. I was always worrying, especially when I became a mother. Being a Virgo, you're a worry wart anyway, borderline hypochondriac anyway. But for me, those traits really became activated when I became a mom. Like, I worry about everything, the future, everything. And I think most parents do. But for somebody like me, it goes into like hyperdrive. So I've been really working on not worrying so much about the future, trying to live in the moment, plan for the future, but living in the moment. I'm trying my best to do that, because for me, it could be a rabbit hole, and there's just no way out once my mind goes into that space. So I'm trying not to let those fears control my life as they have for many years. So that's definitely something that I'm working on. Next question. Where would you travel for food? Where would I travel for food? For food, I would say the United States. Like, when I went to New York, when I used to go to New York all the time, the food, oh my goodness, the food. We gained so much weight traveling to New York City. It was crazy. Like, we were eating like waffles and chicken, the bread, these huge pancakes. The food was just, oh my god, it was so amazing. That New York cheesecake, just, oh man, the food. And if you live in the States, then you know the food. Yeah, when I think about like other places where I would travel, like for fashion, like, you know, I love the whole Paris, and for the history and stuff like that. But the food, no. I'm not doing frog legs. I'm not doing escargots. I'm not doing none of that. I don't want any type of nothing. I don't want any of that. So I'm the type of person who I would go to those places and I would find the nearest McDonald's, because I'm not eating none of that, like, at all. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm not very adventurous when it comes to food. Like, I love good food, but it has to be food that I like. I'm not really into trying new things like that. It took me such a long time to even try sushi. Now I love sushi, but it has to be the California with the no meat. I'm not doing no raw meat. So yeah, I'm not really I'm not really adventurous when it comes to food. So no scorpions on a steak, no chocolate bugs, no none of that. We're not doing any of that. Yeah, so the states would have to be it, and it would have to be specifically southern states. Like, ooh, the southern food. Yeah, I would definitely have to give that a go. Next question, what's your birth sign? I just said that actually. So I'm a Virgo. I'm born on August 23rd. So depends on who you ask. It is borderline. So you're born on a cusp. So I do have, my Virgo traits are very strong, but so is the Leo. Like, I have a mixture of both, and those things do play out in my personality. So very, very strong. Literally born on the first day of the sign. You get all the traits. Next question, Netflix or Prime? I would have to say right now it would be Netflix. Like, I do watch Prime every now and then. I'll turn back on my subscription when I get bored. with Netflix, but to be honest, it's always Netflix for me. I don't know, I just like the shows better. Oh, excuse me, guys. Told you it's like super early for me, but yeah, I would have to say right now Netflix. I just finished watching. Last night I watched, and I'm pretty sure I watched it before, but I started rewatching The Old Guard. That show is really, really good. That movie was really good. I like those type of movies. So yeah, I like Netflix slightly more. Why did you become an entrepreneur? It's a good question. I became an entrepreneur, honestly. It wasn't really like, for me, it wasn't really like, I'm gonna do this and make a ton of money. That wasn't the goal. For me, it was about creating something of my own and having an outlet to put my passion for fashion. I've been doing fashion blogging for many, many years. On Instagram and Facebook, it's been like over 10 years. I've had my blogs and stuff like that. So I really, dive into fashion on all levels. I really do love it. So what's the best way to kind of get that out there? Would be to, create my own business where I could delve into fashion even more. Honestly, and it was another outlet for me to have somewhere to like put my stuff. I buy so much stuff, and I was just like, I just can't keep buying and keeping all this stuff, becoming like a borderline hoarder. So that's when I decided, like, you know what, I'm going to start my own business where I can provide this to others, people who are passionate like myself, about fashion and stuff like that. So that's why I decided to become an entrepreneur. What's a dish you would love to learn how to make? And I even went ahead and answered it it's a good question. Oh, I said, okay, so I'll go ahead and answer it now. A dish that I would love to learn how to make. Honestly, it's a West Indian dish. I would love to learn how to make oxtail. I never learned how to do that. Honestly, when I was growing up, I did not want to learn how to cook. My grandmother just kind of gave up on it because I was a tomboy. I literally rather just be outside playing, riding bike, jumping the fences, doing all the things that you do when you hang out with boys. I wasn't interested in cooking and being domesticated and all that stuff. And the more, because when I was younger, they would always hammer it into your head, like, you're never gonna get a husband if you don't learn how to cook and take care of the house and all that stuff. And I did not want to conform to any of that. So my way of rebelling was to not learn how to do all that stuff. I kind of did that stuff as I got older in life, and I learned how to make certain dishes because, like, women I grew up around, they would give me recipes here and there, try to help me out. It was such a weird thing being black, having West Indian background, and not knowing how to cook any of these dishes. No ackee and saltfish, no curry goat, no oxtail. It's always been like my partner that make the dishes. So that would be something that I would love to learn how to do. I don't know if I would be able to learn it now, but it's a very complicated dish. You have to make it right, otherwise it's not gonna be done right. Ask anyone who's had like overcooked oxtails, like hard and tough, or just it's not good, tastes burnt, stuff like that. So yeah, I would love to learn how to make like certain West Indian dishes that are classic on any West Indian menu. Okay, so Next question. Shout out to Jevin. Thank you for all your support. And thank you all you guys. But this is someone who supports me on like all my platforms, and I'm just, I just had to say thank you for that. So shout out to you. Thank you for the question. It says, any dating advice for people over 40? You guys can see the questions here. Any dating advice? Run. I'm just joking. I really don't have any dating advice, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really have any dating advice. Other than be very careful. Be very careful with the people who you bring into your life these days. People are carrying a lot of emotional baggage. Some people just need straight therapy. Some people, there's no saving them. There is no therapy that will work. People are very dark these days. And when you're dating these days, it's like, before it was like a job interview. You have to interview people and stuff like that. Nowadays, all they do is lie. So even asking questions up front, they're gonna lie. Just because that's the nature of things these days. They're not gonna tell you the truth. Because either they want what you have, or yeah, they want what you have. So in order to get what you have, they will lie to you. Especially if you go into dating being an open book. Whereas that would have been the right thing to do back in the day. These days, you have to hold your cards close to your chest. Do not give out too much information about yourself, what you got going on, what you're doing. Because instead of like, being impressed or saying, this is somebody with their head on, right? And they have goals and plans for the future. Where do I fit in that and stuff like that. Now it's, how can I destroy everything that you built? How can I take everything that you have? How can I destroy your life? And I don't mean to sound, I'm not trying to sound bitter, because I am not bitter. But I am a realist, and I've been through a lot. I've been through enough in the last 10 years to know that you just never know people. People are really good at hiding who they are until the timing is right for them. A lot of people these days have narcissistic tendencies, and the whole art of deception is really big nowadays. It's all about lying to you to get what you have long enough to get what they want, all that type of stuff. So if you're going to date with the intent to get into a relationship, I would tread lightly. I'd be very careful. The people that you're bringing into your lives, especially if you have children, you have to be very careful, be very vigilant with the individuals that you bring into your life, because not only is the uptick on hurting you, there's an uptick on people hurting people's children. You have to be careful. You just never know these days, like, what people's intent is when they come into your life. So you have to be very diligent. You also have to, if you're somebody who's like me, it's kind of like, back in the day, not now, but back in the day, I was that type of person who would want to give you a chance, who want to, not focus on your past, but see the potential for your future. We not doing that no more. What you see is what it is, and what you see is what you get, and this whole idea of, what did Megan Thee Stallion say? They don't want to be saved, don't save them. Like, you cannot save people these days. Some people, you know, who have that, like a big empath like myself, take on people and their problems, and soon their problems become your problems, and their problems can destroy you. So that's my advice, just to be very careful. I find these days dating with no strings, and maybe that's just me, you know, where I am in my life. I'm about to be 46 years old. I've been married. I've done the dating thing. I've done it all. Yeah. So I'm in a different era in my life. And I don't want to taint anyone. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of person who is going to be like, my experience is your experience. But I'm not delusional, and I'm a realist. So I like to keep my feet firmly in reality. And the reality is, like, dating these days is hectic. So just be careful. Think with your head and less so with your heart. Your heart will always lead you astray. Your head, not so much. And trust your instincts, trust your intuition, trust your gut. Whatever it is that you trust that. And a lot of times we could avoid a lot of headaches while dating if we just trust our instincts and stop with this whole maybe it's not and maybe it's this, and no, it is whatever you feel it is. It's probably what's going on. So yeah, that would be my advice. Dating over 40, you have to be a lot more diligent. You don't have the luxury of youth to be, you know, sweep it under the rug. When you're in your 20s and your late teens and 20s, dating is very different than when you're over 40. Over 40, you don't play no games. There is no do-over. There is no start over. There is no nothing. You're going to be investing. I invested 10 years plus, and, you know, to get to 40 and realize that that wasn't a good idea, right? That's, you know, years you can't get back. So just be mindful of that. Time is of the essence. Like, you don't have time to waste. So just be a little bit more, you know, yeah. Everything I just said. What's your favorite color? That's the last question. What's my favorite color? My favorite color is, I have a couple, but I do like pink. I know that sounds really cliche, but pink and purple. Pink and purple are my faves. So yeah, that kind of brings us to the end of this little Q&A. I know it took like forever to finish it, but we're done now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the winner for my Father's Day giveaway. So the next winner is going to be, and I had it here, sorry. Yeah, so the next winner is going to be Jevin White. Let me make sure I'm saying, yes, I am saying it right. Okay. So the next winner for the giveaway is going to be Jevin White. Shout out to you. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for taking part in the Q&A. Thank you for always supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting me on Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I really do appreciate all of your support. So congratulations to you. You are the winner. And yeah, guys, that brings us to the end. If you made it to the end of this Q&A, don't forget to spam it up in the comments. Noti Gang, post Noti Gang, Purple Gang. Let me know you guys made it to the end. I do have another giveaway coming up, and we'll talk about that in a bit. So stay tuned. If you guys want to take part in the giveaways, all you have to do is be active in the comments, active on the community posts. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment under the videos, don't forget to comment Purple Gang so I know that you guys are taking part. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Stay up and stay blessed, and we'll catch up with you guys in another video. Deuces.
You stay